Good evening, and welcome to the Autism Blogcast. I'm Jim Mancini.
And I'm Rafe Berninger. This month in science, potential clues to identify which children with autism will benefit from treatments. Now we know that many children benefit from behaviorally based treatments, but we don't know which children will and which children won't prior to starting treatment. Now, new research applying machine learning to functional magnetic resonance imaging suggests there may be a way to find out this in the future. So scientists at George Washington University recorded brain activity from 20 children with autism who were watching displays on a scanner, movement of dots either performing a non-biological motion, they were kind of random dots moving, or biological motion, things like patty cake. Like that, exactly. Now, the children then received 7 hours of pivotal response training each week for 16 weeks. Now, PRT is a behaviorally based intervention that uses naturalistic interactions to promote social communication interaction. Now, the scientists then use fancy math, or statistical analysis, to identify 4 brain regions whose responses to those animated dots moving predicted improvement after treatment. So the more active these particular brain regions were, that helped indicate which children respond to treatment. Now, all of these particular brain regions were implicated in how we process social information. Now, the scientists then applied machine learning procedures to identify which child responded to treatment. Now, this is preliminary because the machine learning algorithms weren't 100% accurate, and the children that were able to complete this task needed to be able to sit still in a scanner for quite a long time, certainly longer than I could ever sit still in a scanner. So the children that were participating in the study, it may not apply to all children with autism. So these initial findings, though, do highlight that there might be a possibility in the future in terms of being able to identify which children are going to be most responsive to particular types of treatments. This will save families a lot of time and a lot of money and allow us to get it right from the get-go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this month we are providing updates on the current Washington State legislative session. The first relates to a bill that has entered the state Senate and will prohibit suspension and expulsion of students in kindergarten through 2nd grade due to behavioral problems. One thing we know from national studies is that children with disabilities, as well as students from minority groups, are more likely to be subject to such disciplinary measures. The language in the bill states that schools are encouraged to adopt evidence-based preventative and restorative measures to support students, which may include positive behavioral interventions and supports. The issue with this and other bills that target education is that the state routinely issues rules, but then does not provide help for schools regarding to how to successfully follow the rules. While this bill provides encouragement and suggestions regarding training and support, it doesn't define how and where to access these types of trainings, and there's no requirement that schools have to use specific types of evidence-based training. One way to increase supports for children with behavioral difficulties could be addressed by another bill in the Senate that would establish minimum training requirements for paraeducators in special education that would gradually increase over time. The bill also proposes that a study be completed that would measure the effectiveness of paraeducators improving student outcomes across Washington State. So, providing training for paraeducators regarding supporting children with disruptive behavior could be one way for schools to better support these students and abide by the new rules related to suspension and expulsion. The Washington Autism Alliance and Advocacy has begun sending out regular emails related to current bills that have an impact on children with disabilities. And as always, contact your legislators and let them know your opinion about these and other important issues.
Excellent. Well, that's it for tonight's Blogcast. We'll see you next month.
See you next month.